Hey guys! Thanks so much again for tuning in. Welcome to another video in my Debt-Free Me series. So today I want to talk to you about a couple things. I want to talk to you about Written Budget and the EveryDollar app for your iPhone or your Android. Even if you don't download the app, the written budget is essential. Your debt-free journey will not happen without a written budget. And just like Dave Ramsey says, it's you telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. And trust me, look, you see these wrinkles? I'm old, okay? I'm in my late 40s. I've been around the block a few times, and I know from experience that if you don't have a written budget, now I'm not just talking about keep track of where you spend when you spend. That's one part of it, and you should be doing that. But even before you're tracking your spending, you should be laying out the blueprint of your spending before the month begins. Now, I know that most of you do a monthly budget, and you do have to do a monthly budget. When I first started budgeting, I was doing it month by month, and it was extremely difficult for me to stick to it, even though my husband and I got paid on the same day. I don't know what it was, but we always seemed to, even though we were on a budget and trying to be good and whatever, we would end up getting to the end of the month and overspending in every category. Part of our problem was that at the very beginning, I actually was not using the envelope system. I knew I should have been, but I wasn't. And because my husband took a while to like fully get on board, for a while he wasn't on board at all, which I can tell you from experience also does not work. One spouse cannot do it while the other one isn't participating. Not going to happen. Once he finally sort of got on board, he wasn't 100% committed, but he was kind of there. I was responsible for doing the budget, and I would do it at the beginning of the month, every month. And because we had so many different little creditors, it took me forever to make the budget, and it was very difficult. I was very frustrated doing it by myself, and because we weren't using the envelope system, we were still keeping track, but we were using our debit card for pretty much everything. Now that we are seasoned in making the budget, and we've got it down pat, and it's like clockwork. And because we've already paid off so many of our individual smaller debts, yay! It's so much easier to do the budget now. I can do it just lickety-split. So what I do now, though, because doing it a month at a time was just not working, I do it every 2 weeks. My husband and I both get paid on the same Friday every 2 weeks, which makes it super easy to budget on a 2-week basis. We stick to it. Oh my gosh, things are so good. It's so much easier, so much more streamlined for us. So that might work well for you too. Obviously, I know what I need for the month as far as rent, because we're renting this little tiny condo right now. But what I do is I pay things such as our power bill. We don't have cable, but we do have internet. So we have a bill for our internet service, a bill for our cell phones, a bill for our power and rent. And what I do is I just pay half each paycheck. And so that makes it real easy and streamlined for us. The tricky thing for us, though, is that I make an hourly wage. So my paychecks are always pretty much the same. My husband, however, is in sales. So his income varies. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. But anyway, I want to show you my envelopes. Now, I probably should buy it, but I'm cheap and I just haven't bought it yet, is the Dave Ramsey envelope system, because it comes in this nice binder and it's got all the tabs and everything. So maybe one of these days I'll upgrade and buy that. But for right now, and what I've been doing for a long time, is I just have my own envelopes and I just write on the front of them. So I'll show you mine. So here are my cash envelopes. I have one for restaurant because yes, sometimes if we're quick on the go, being two working people with working long hours and crazy shifts, every now and again, we'll go and get like a taco or something. So I have a small restaurant budget every 2 weeks. And then I have pet expenses. Out of this, I buy, you know, pet food, cat litter, that sort of a thing. I use one envelope for this: clothing, entertainment, and miscellaneous. We don't buy a lot of clothing, and we really don't have a large budget for entertainment. Our form of entertainment is oftentimes going on short day trips to cool places and doing filming. So that just basically covers like our gasoline. And then miscellaneous, you know, sometimes, you know, if things are coming up, so I can always budget for that. So I just used one envelope for those three. This one I use one envelope for as well, household, which for me, I separate like cleaning products and toiletries and things like that. I separate that from groceries. So I have a certain budget for household, medication, that's my just like over-the-counter stuff, and vitamins, things like that, and then cosmetics, you know, for my mascara or whatever. Groceries, obviously. And my last one is church, because I usually just put cash in the offering envelope. And then I won't go too close on it because you don't need to see all my mess, but this is my written budget. I have our pay, and then I have it categorized by our regular monthly bills, car debt, the one personal loan that we're paying off, and then my same categories as I have in my envelopes, but I do write it on paper because I'm kind of old school like that, and I need to see it like in writing, hard copy. I also use the EveryDollar app, which I've got downloaded on my phone. The app is good too for like when you're on the go, you need to track your spending real quick. If I put gas in the car, I use my debit card for gas. So that's kind of basically it for now. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Debt Free Me. That's how I do my budget and my envelopes. So share your information below and let me know what works for you. How do you do your budget? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every week? Is it every month? What do you do with your envelope system? Do you also have a budget hard copy? Do you use the EveryDollar app? Do you have some other sort of software? So share what you do below, because I'm sure that would, you know, spark some new ideas. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Until then, keep working at it, stay encouraged, follow your dreams, focus on your goals. And if you're not already, someday you too will be debt-free.